Morning, everybody. I'm trying to get the light on my eyes so I can show you the blue ring around it. Don't know if you can see it, but my eyes aren't just really dark. Um, yeah, it's kind of cool because my son Lucas has got the blue ring just like the blue on my eye. So I don't know if you can catch it. Maybe earlier in this lighting in this room, it's the bathroom. I can get it in the mornings. It's like, okay, that's weird, and it is a little odd, but well, anyway, I just wanted to show you that my eyes just aren't all dark and all that stuff. First, if I get cut off, God bless your day, and I'll be back. I What I want to touch on today is I have a favor to ask of you. um it is really important, you guys. Please, people, listen to me. Please, honestly, stop calling people sheep. It's so horrible. Don't you think it is? I mean, if you didn't know something or what were unsure of something, would you like somebody calling you a sheep for that reason? I sure wouldn't. If I didn't know somebody and somebody, something, and somebody called me a sheep, that would thoroughly piss me off. I was called a sheep because I was defending somebody else being called a sheep. And I'm really far from that. Everybody is. Come on, please just quit. Let's put this out there across the world. No more sheep calling, you know. And I wrote down a few things. No excuses. They're not sheep. They're not asleep, and we need to convince them of God. You show them who God is. I mean, yeah, swear about it. Get mad. Have passion. Whatever. But don't call people sheep and don't give them the excuse. You're giving them an excuse by telling them they're asleep. God gave them the same message He gave you. From the tiniest baby to the oldest person on this planet is feeling what God wants us to do right this moment. No more excuses. You don't tell them they're asleep. You don't say people waking up, and it wasn't a matter of waking up. It's a decision. I mean, I don't make the decision to wake up. I just sort of wake up, but that's kind of the excuse you're giving them. You're telling them they're asleep and they need to be woke up. No, they're already awake. And you're giving an excuse of time that they don't have. And if that's true, and if you truly believe there is a God and He's telling us He's coming around here or He's here, then you're entirely misleading these people by calling them asleep. See my point? Hang on to your passion, be adamant about it, and let them know there is a God and He loves us. Tell them of some miracles that have happened in your life. I'm sure you have many, you know. Um, it really is an important thing. Like, okay, for instance, even faults in myself. If I say, well, I was asleep and I didn't know that, that's just an excuse. I wasn't asleep. God told me what to do. You know, He's telling everybody right now. And if you're telling them to, well, then, that's two of you, God and you, because He is in everybody's heart, no matter how deep. And that's a fact, guys, please. You know, um, I really am not going to tolerate any more baloney. And the word baloney derives from grinding up babies and making sausages out of them. And this is a sick world, and words mean a lot. Um, when I say no more baloney or that's baloney, um, I'm indicating to anybody that really understands the word of ground meat, ground human, that either they're doing something wrong or I'm not putting up with it, that type of thing. That's what baloney is. Um, little things here and there. One love, that's one evil. That's people that are hoping to bring um, Satan's existence into deeper into this world, which is not going to happen. And no, he is not taking control or hasn't had full control ever and never will. And that's more than just an opinion. But, it's like, mm, so I can't prove it. What do you feel in your heart? When you're calling somebody a sheep, do you think that that's really right? You know, I mean, I'll swear at people. I'll say I'll beat your ass, whatever. And I probably wouldn't unless they started something first. And that's probably why I'm saying it, because they did start something first. But to literally go out there and call the whole world that God's already called, and He did. He called them the same time He called you. Exactly the same day, exactly the same hour. The world heard. Absolutely. Uh, this has been on my mind for a long, long time. I just don't know how else to say it. Please stop giving these people an excuse of sleep. They're not asleep. They're not. And you know that. You know that deep in your heart. I know you have loved ones and you want to like help them out and everything. So you think, well, if only they'll wake up to these facts and wake up to the reality and look up in the sky and see what's going on. They know. Every time they get in their car and they turn that key, they know they're polluting the air. Every time they drink the water, they know it's getting dirtier every day. Um, they know if their food tastes different. I mean, all these things that are happening to us. Um, they honestly know. Right down to the little, I mean, my little 5-year-old granddaughter, Joya, is smarter than her mother. I mean, just on the level of having God in her heart. That makes her more intelligent to begin with because she's guided by that. So, and these people are. They're making the decision to close the door against God. And they may be afraid and they may be in between and they may be ignoring God when He's talking to them. They maybe are too busy. Maybe they're too busy planning what their next meal is or um, deciding what they're going to do for the day or going shopping or whatever they do. But they're involved with their own little world so deep, the material things, the sexuality in the world, the stupidity on a level that okay, say for instance we're talking about the environment and the pollution and everything else. God's in control of this. Our souls are forever. One minute on this planet is not worth giving up your eternity for. I don't think it is, but perhaps you do. Perhaps you think, well, um, ignoring this right now, like it's no big deal, and I got time tomorrow, and I'll fix it tomorrow, make things right tomorrow. Maybe there's not a tomorrow. Maybe today's the day. You know, you always got to think today might be the day. Um, I don't know. God told me to get on here and ask you, please stop with the sheep and the sleep stuff. Let's get a message out here. You're giving people an excuse. This is what the Masons do. These are their tactics. They give each other excuses to hide and cover. And these words we're using with people is giving them an out and an excuse. And in turn, you're literally putting them in danger by not giving them the facts from the depths of your heart where God resides. So by keeping that intact inside there and playing along with the little game like that, you're putting people in danger. Literally. you're giving them an okay, you're giving them an out. Oh, well, that's just the sheep. So, um, and they're asleep. So, in a little bit, they'll wake up, and then my job is done and everything. It's just not like that. They're not asleep. Can just tell them, you know in your heart there's a God. If you want to keep playing your game, play your game. I will miss your soul because you won't be a part of what's going to be forever. Why? Because they're not listening. And he spoke to everybody, everybody, to the tiniest person. And that's my message for today. I love you guys so much. It just kills me when I hear these people that I love. I adore you. I'm not naming no names, but I do. I truly do adore you. Now it goes a little deeper on the Satan level too, because this is the sickest part of God, and um, he didn't actually trade his soul or give his soul up. It's not like that. It kind of like goes back into the fold, but the person of Lucifer will never not be. And burning in a lake of fire, well, that is the distance from God that he chose. So, in turn for that, the ones that aren't listening right now, he'll be in charge of them to grow them up for the eternity to come. That's the hell. That's hell. That they have to keep doing this. Um, that goes a little deeper, and I might touch on that a little later. But all these people getting together and being Satanists with their funny little games, and these are the idiots that are gonna be left behind because they're playing with fire, and it's not their fire to play with, and it's not Satan's fire to play with either. And see if I can think of something else to tell you on that. The one love saying, um, Masonic, one evil, because love means evil. I mean, maybe not in our language, but right now on this internet and the desperation that people truly are in, and the danger that a lot of people truly are in, um, it isn't a good thing. I mean, I'll forgive you if you continue it. I mean, I understand. I really do. I was born the day after Valentine's Day. I have a heart tattooed that I did when I was 15, and I got two little ones on each knee. But it literally has a broken spot. I was gonna take and put like lace around it or something, but that would look way Masonic either too, but I didn't even realize the symbolization of it deeply. I was just getting into realizing what the McDonald's signs, the upside W, like my name, meant at that time. So, um, please quit. Find something else. I took back the word peace. That's part of Christ. Peace is of Christ. And I adamantly stand on that. But the one love is a dangerous saying. Even writing it is not good for you. Mm. Love is in the extreme, but God, it is complicated. I think you know what I mean, and you probably mean well because I say I love you a lot, but um, it's being used against us, and when we do write it, it's and I do got an evil streak, but my love is not meant like that, and perhaps yours isn't either. But the ones that it is, you're kind of folding into their stuff. I can't. They can't do that to me. They know who I am. They know who you are too. We all know each other, but I'm just trying to protect you. I truly am. But please, I'm begging you on the don't say you got to wake somebody up to the truth because they're all out there and they're fully awake. Yes, they are. Excuse me, I'll take off my jacket. My shirt. It was about 50 degrees here about half hour ago, so, and closed my windows and turned my heat on, and now it's like ah hot again. Doug just walked outside and he said,